Thank you, Richard, and afternoon, everyone. So this is take two. We did one yesterday, and happy to do another one today for everyone, so welcome. So I'm going to be changing the pace a little bit. So we're looking at practical delivery, how we can support investors manifest in Plymouth and South Devon by utilising the land and property that we've got available in the Freeport, both waterside and inland, for advanced manufacturing. So quick snapshot of the geography, for those not familiar. We've got Southyard at the southern end of Devonport, one of our three tax sites, and then inland, about 25 minutes outside of the port of Plymouth, we have Langage to the north of the A38 expressway and Sherford to the south. So collectively that amounts to about 88 hectares of land with Freeport benefits, but we also work closely with landowners of non-Freeport areas because we're pragmatic. We want to generate inward investment for the region, good jobs, high value growth, and therefore we're pretty agnostic in terms of where people land, particularly waterside where the space is at a premium. But what we're really trying to drive awareness of is the capability to grow your business in Plymouth, particularly around defence in the short term, but obviously on a longer time frame, we've got the opportunities in floating offshore wind in the Celtic Sea. So there's some really good stuff that can be a benefit to your business if you wish to grow in a Freeport, and particularly in our defence Freeport. So there's no stamp duty, so any purchases on land has zero stamp duty. So for a £10 million purchase, you're looking at near £500,000 of saving. Similarly, good benefits around national insurance. So relief approximately equates to about £9,000 per new employee over 3 years. So if, for example, you're bringing in 100 new employees, you're achieving a saving of near 900,000. So good maths. If it's 10 employees, then it's a 90k saving or thereabouts. And de-risking from a business rates point of view. So zero business rates for the first 5 years of operation, and we've got some modelling that we can do to estimate the sort of value that would be to help inform any final investment decisions. A few cash flow benefits as well, but they're pretty technical, so I won't go into those now, but essentially some incentives to free up cash flow up front in order to fit out your spaces in terms of growing your business quickly. We also have a really decent customs offer, so a business as usual model in a non-Freeport setting would import goods in, pay your duty and your VAT up front, store and process, and then you're selling overseas or into the UK market. Under a Freeport offering, subject to achieving a Freeport customs site status, you're essentially keeping your goods offshore, so when they come into the UK, you're not paying any VAT or duty up front, so you can store those goods. You can process them and add value, and then if you're re-exporting out, that's a pure cash saving where you don't ever pay any duty or VAT. And if you're selling then into the UK market, you've achieved at least a cash flow saving of not having to pay up front. So again, keen to talk through anyone that's interested in terms of that opportunity. As I say, we have three tax sites. The one in the city is Southyard, primarily a Ministry of Defence site, so the area of dark blue is very much targeted at what MOD wish to do in that water space behind the security wire. We also support local businesses such as Princess Yachts to optimise and shore up their businesses and growth aspirations, key anchor businesses that employ a huge amount of people in the Plymouth area. And the small green area owned by or leased by Plymouth City Council, looking to develop just over 14.5 square feet of near waterside accommodation for manufacturing and office space for businesses wishing near waterside activity. And that could be configured as 8 smaller units across 2 buildings, or if people wanted to have an individual building, we can create the space to accommodate that by reconfiguring the internal walls. But as I said earlier, there's a number of other waterside landowners that sit out of the Freeport, and we're pragmatic in terms of pairing investors with those landowners who need to have a waterside presence to test and trial in Smart Sound and elsewhere. But then ultimately, as they prove those solutions, then we will be introducing them to our developer partner who I'll introduce in a moment, to manifest their larger manufacturing space inland at Langage. But before I touch on Langage, I'll just quickly nod to Sherford. So the smallest of our sites is earmarked for Babcock. So they'll be delivering integrated logistics out of Sherford within that tax site. But we've got a couple of plots that we're working with the landowner there to market and advertise to businesses looking to invest that currently sit outside of the tax site, so don't have those benefits. But nonetheless, if end users are looking to cluster nearby to key defence primes, then there's wider accommodation available at Sherford. But the key play for us at the minute is to really bang the drum about Langage and what all the good stuff on offer at Langage. So there's a key initiative to create Langage green hydrogen. So Carlton Power, the landowner, are running that initiative under the hydrogen allocation round 1 funding, and that will essentially provide offtake solutions for various industries, but there's sufficient offtake production for innovative requirements, so small amounts of offtake. Carlton Power open to exploring that with partners, so clean propulsion, for example, is something that they can provide solutions for. And we're also working closely with Plymouth City Council to catalyse property supply. So Beaumont Way, 4 industrial units are already finished. 1 of them is let. We've got another 3 units available right now for lettings, and our investment team are on hand to kind of go through those opportunities in a bit more detail. But the largest unit has already gone to a defence prime, and a number of others are coming in behind expressing interest. So I think those 3 will go pretty quick. And therefore it's about property supply now and really driving that development opportunity. So I'm going to now hand over to Bob Tatcher, who's MD of Hillwood UK, to give you a sense of what we've got on offer at the neighbouring Langage Energy Park, which will be the premier employment development opportunity this side of Bristol moving forward. So Bob, over to you.
Thanks Ian, good afternoon everybody. Bob Tatcher from Hillwood. Our job in relation to this site is to bring forward the development of the site. Primarily we'll be talking to occupiers to build forward on a build-to-suit basis. Those facilities will be open for freehold or leasehold opportunities. And I'm pleased to say we've got some initial discussions already taking place. The site infrastructure is already in place. Power is currently being enhanced to the site, and all of the planning regulations to bring forward these schemes are in place already. So it's ready to go, and this year will be our opportunity to bring this forward. As you can see from that indicative master plan, we've got units from 20,000 square feet up to almost 400,000 square feet, and some of those plots can take a variety of unit sizes. So we can obviously react to any occupier opportunities that come along and fit that specific opportunity into one of these plots. We're very excited to bring this forward now. We can see activity taking place later this year on the site, and buildings on a build-to-suit basis here could certainly be developed and available within the next 18 months to 2 years in terms of occupation space. It's a little bit of a distance from the port, but not miles away, and there is obviously the ability to also link facilities here with some waterside presence as a joined-up package. The investment here, we believe, will generate many hundreds of thousands of jobs overall. We're not just aiming at manufacturing jobs, but we are specifically interested in talking to manufacturing clients in all sectors and bringing those forward. If anybody would like to talk more often about any opportunities, we'd love to do so. But we're open for business, and we look forward to having the opportunity of engaging with as many companies as possible. Many of you are here today and seem to be doing very well. Thank you.